Horror movies, thriller movies. Are they the same thing? Are they different? What the heck? Let's talk about it in this video. Hey there, how you doing? It is I, the Terrorific Lady, otherwise known as Brandy, and welcome to Retro Horror School. Now you may be asking, what the heck is Retro Horror School? Well, it is where I talk about horror movies from the 1970s all the way up through the 2010s. I do reviews and retrospectives. I talk about horror concepts, and I lead horror discussions and ask a lot of horror-based questions. And if you're wondering, well, am I qualified to teach horror? Yes, I am. I am a former teacher of college composition for about 3 years. I taught third graders for about 4 years, and I have been a long-time horror fan since I was a wee little Brandy. So, yes, there it is. So, a lot of people I notice debate on the nature of horror versus thriller. Are they two separate genres? Are they the exact same thing? What the heck? No, this is what we're going to be talking about in this video. I'll define what a horror movie is. I'll define what a thriller movie is. And then I'm going to talk about the reason why people can get maybe a little bit confused and think that horror and thriller mean the exact same thing. The first, let's define horror movie. What is a horror movie? Now you may be thinking, oh God, I'm a horror fan. I know what a freaking horror movie is, but let's go ahead and define it anyway, just in case. The horror genre is a genre that is meant to elicit fear, shock, and disgust. This is done through the use of things like very disturbing imagery and visuals, jump scares, and tense atmosphere and music. Some very iconic subgenres of horror are slashers, psychological horror, body horror, and zombies. There are a lot more, but those are some of the most iconic ones that I can think of off the top of my head. So let's define thriller. What is thriller? Well, if you're thinking of the music video of Thriller, yes, that is one type of thriller, but that is not the thriller that I am thinking of. A thriller is a movie that is meant to keep the viewer at arm's length. And the purpose of a thriller is to give people feelings of tension through things like plot twists and just very high emotional stakes. A thriller relies on things like mystery, deception, action, and anxiety-inducing scenarios. So think along the lines like crime, spy, thriller subgenres. Now, here's where the confusion comes in when it comes to people wondering, well, horror, thriller, what the heck? They seem like the same thing to me. I mean, the big question mark coming up above your head. But here is the reason for that confusion. It's because horror and thriller can cross over, and each genre can use elements from each other. For instance, a psychological thriller movie can take elements from psychological horror. Elements like looking at a person's mental and emotional state and specifically focusing on that. Villains that are in slasher movies, they can create suspense just like a villain in a thriller movie would. Plots can blend the elements of horror and thriller seamlessly, so they can shock and disgust while also creating that kind of arm's length tension, who did it kind of suspense kind of thing. And a lot of movies tend to blur the line between the two genres. Some examples of movies that are a blend of both the horror and thriller subgenres: The Green Room. Also, even though The House of the Devil is a horror slasher kind of film, it still uses elements of thriller in there as well. So basically, are horror and thriller the exact same thing? No, they're not. Remember, horror is meant to elicit fear, shock, and disgust. while thriller is meant to, like, remember, keep you at arm's length and build up anxiety and tension and suspense. But the reason for that confusion is that the two genres can be crossed over and have been crossed over in movies. But both the horror and the thriller genre craft suspense in a lot of different ways. So, horror and thriller movies. What's your favorite horror movie? What's your favorite thriller movie? What's your favorite movie that combines the two genres? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to learn more about retro horror, you'll find me on Instagram and Threads at Terrorific Lady. My blog is currently under construction to manage the retro horror school stuff, but if you want to show your support to my Ko-fi, I have different membership tiers that you can check out. So, class is dismissed, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye.